Hello and welcome to episode 8 of my GDF Insane playthrough. Let's go and see what the briefing has, because we're going up against an unknown enemy. Where did they appear from?
This failure cannot stand. The Dynasty detonated a nuclear warhead within GDF territory.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but for whatever reason the Dynasty chose to set it off below the surface. Losses could have been a hell of a lot worse.
A nuclear warhead, Colonel. The Earth is already choking in radiation from the last war.
I am aware of the effects, but I was not responsible for its detonation, and neither was the commander.
The bomb was sighted in transit during the commander's last mission. Why did the commander not stop it?
The retreat order had been issued in the face of insurmountable reinforcements from enemy territory. The harebrained mission had been accomplished, and the order was given to prevent further unnecessary loss of life.
The Dynasty cannot be allowed to move nuclear weapons around unchallenged. The commander should have belayed the retreat order and targeted the bomb's escort. Colonel, do I make myself clear?
I think you should see this.
My God, what the hell are those things?
Director?
What was... That's not...
SciCom, Code Red. Issue an immediate retreat order to all GDF units in 10 miles. Get our troops out of there. Weapons free. These things fire back. Get our drone fleet in the air and get me a satellite pointed at this. I want to know what the hell we're dealing with. Commander, your forces are closest.
Yeah, I really like the feeling that just happened, because it's like he's talking, the council member is talking, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, I'm beginning to see something on a different screen. It's like, what the hell are those things? And then, well, all the council members are like, I don't know what to go and do. Go and do something. I also like how they're like, well, they detonated a bomb, but we don't know shit about the military. So, yeah, you should have just stopped military protocol and just do something about the bomb. Even though 2 satellite images in this game are, well, apparently rather crappy all over the time. So, I do really like it. And if you play the Dynasty side, you also go and get to see a bit different. You get to go and actually use that bomb, so that's also cool. So, now our drones have more health, rebuild faster, and have networking. And the thing I care most about is networking. I don't have to really change anything, or... Nah, I don't have to change anything. All of this is fine. Well, let's go and hear the briefing.
An unknown aggressor is attacking GDF and Dynasty forces indiscriminately. Evacuate the base and retreat with the MCV to a more defensible location. Enemy firepower is unknown. Enemy intent is unknown. Enemy weaknesses are unknown.
Well, luckily we can check their weaknesses by clicking on their units and looking at their defenses. Intent is also unknown. Firepower, kind of unknown, but luckily I fought them before. You can see sort of like the crystal they have. Man, that was way too easy. Wait, that's a comms officer? Dude hoovering. Glowy things. Ah, this ain't good. Enemy ships, vehicles, more vehicles. Loot with shields. So.
The Dynasty have recently set up a base in the area, but they're already leaving. I need you to re-establish contact with our base in Cairo and get an explanation for all this. You're on your own, so good luck.
Oh, thanks for that.
Location set.
Well, let's go and see. So what will happen here first is there will be an enemy air patrol, which,
Let's go.
if you do well, you can actually shoot a bit and deal a bit of damage, get a bit of veterancy on your, well, cards here, as well as being your drone operators, but nothing too much.
What do you need?
And you could get some
Ready to
intel.
roll.
Now, if you move forward, you will soon find some dynasty,
Light 'em up.
as well as a miniature dynasty base or part of their
Your
base.
orders.
Now, I'll be taking my sweet time to destroy this,
Sir?
because I want experience on my troops. Let's also go and place some mines.
Moving out!
Now, as you can see, my tanks did become veterans, so now they have a bit more damage rate, damage reduction and things. So it's kind of nice, as well as attack speed. So let us move forward and see what the enemy has in store for us.
Stay back. Standing by. Everyone.
Also, we've gained a bit of intel because of it, so that's also kind of nice.
Splendid.
Also, you kind of want to get out of the way of the harvester because it can go and crush every unit you have here,
Hold the line.
which is not good for you.
Location set. Affirmative. Heading in.
So,
On the road. Roger,
there's a
command.
money crate over here, which we will want to go and steal.
Let's go. Kick it. Kick it. Let's
And
go.
we are still yet to see the new aggressor.
On the road.
Oh,
Received.
maybe we'll see them soon.
Heading in.
I
Affirmative.
wonder what they look like.
Commander, you made it. Our comms rig is getting interference. It makes no sense, but it's coming from the pyramids.
Sergeant, I told you! That's because the pyramids were built by...
No, he knew the truth. Damn it, they killed him because he knew the truth. I guess.
Soldiers down.
Everyone
What was that? A drone?
No, it's a plane.
On the road. Received.
Oh.
Kick it.
Let us move safely and surely over to the base. Also, why is the more damaged one in the front?
On the road. Affirmative.
Also, try to give an attack move when you get here,
Stay back.
Primary objective accomplished.
preferably up there.
All troops to the north gates. This is not a drill. Repeat. All troops to the north gates. This is not a drill.
Yeah, boom.
Arise, my brethren. Arise.
Okay, so
Oh my god! What are they? Weapons free! We have hostiles!
They came from underground?
Our squad's
Yes.
down! Fall back to the base!
Ready to pay.
also that guy is not even just a normal unit. That's a specialist, apparently, according to the wiki.
Reinforcements at the ready.
Oh, good.
Regional command here. I don't know what those things are. We'd have been overrun without your help. I need you to hold the line a little longer. GDF command needs to know about this. Defend
do
our
indeed.
construction yard and data core while I upload what we have on this new thread. Transferring my remaining troops over to you.
Is under attack.
One in there, please. And one in there, please.
On your command!
Oh yeah, shit, my soldiers are there as well. Also, this is kind of useless because most of their units don't trigger marking mines because they're hovering. But luckily their infantry can actually just trigger marking mines because that's how the marking mine works.
Under attack.
Also, yeah, you have to go and defend a few areas here. But the funny thing is, I don't want that thing. So you could just sell it off. And when you're, well, reaching the end, I would say you could just about sell everything off, which is fun.
Base is under attack.
And let's also just go and sell off the barracks. I'm gonna go and get your troops. Also, make sure to evacuate these things and get the troops out. If you don't,
Units under attack.
they will actually be stuck in there forever. So let's go this off. That's crap. We don't need that. We'll get you closer.
Tools ready.
Base is under attack.
Ready, sir.
Because as far as I know, it doesn't really matter how well you play.
Tools ready.
They're trying to capture the data core! Stop them!
Yeah, those are apparently enemy engineers.
Data transfer complete. Local files deleted.
Oh, come on. You need to get to the rest of the squad, please.
Incoming enemy fighters!
Commander, we are relocating the MCV to our Cairo outpost. Escort our MCV here, then build up strong defenses. We don't know what the enemy is capable of.
The enemy is capable of a lot of
All local
bullshit.
units, this is a base-wide
As
retreat.
we could just
have
see, because they
incoming.
killed a lot of my grenadiers and now they turn into their troops for the sacrifice.
Relocating to Cairo outpost. Watch our flanks.
Which is, well, one of the cool things that faction has, but for us I would say the faction is overall pretty boring.
Tools ready.
That is sadly one of my verdict of, well, the Vetty, as they're going to be called soon.
Affirmative. Ready, sir.
So yeah, you can actually sell everything off other than those power plants and the data core.
Engineering. Tools ready.
So we don't really have to focus fire.
Standing by.
Sir, no trouble. Ready.
Additional silos required.
Yeah, if you play decently well, you can go and get a good amount of money here, as well as a bunch of troops.
Engineering.
Primary
Oh, yeah,
objective
we do have to.
accomplished.
Orders. Repositioning.
So yeah, this mission doesn't move forward, I think, until you, well, do more with it. Also, those shocky things,
What do you need?
I will show a picture, can also penetrate vehicles, which is kind of bad, actually. So,
Primary objective accomplished.
Ready, sir. Relax. Watch the blinking lights.
Constructing.
Okay, Commander. Now that the dust has settled, we have intel for you. Whatever these things are, we already know they have immense capability for destruction. They're trying to destroy our forces, and we already have reports of them targeting civilians. Push back against their expansion and protect your base, Commander. Right now, you're the last bastion for the people of Cairo.
Is under attack.
Ready, sir.
Base is under attack.
here's the funny part about
Tools
this.
ready.
A lot of the enemies you see here are all spawned. Or actually, all the enemies you see here are spawned.
Engineering.
Waiting orders.
None of this is actually built by the enemy,
Yes, sir.
which is kind of annoying. So,
Tools ready.
if the enemy wants to play cheap, that's fine by me. Then I'm also gonna go and play cheap for now.
Sir.
Also, you want to, well, more or less,
Ready for pickup.
try to take out
Give me a minute.
this thing and this thing rather quickly, because it lowers the amount of attacks in your base and it actually makes the mission a bit easier. So. Also, the enemy will attack from here, here,
Construction
and
complete.
here right now. And later on, only here attacks will
Distress
remain.
signals detected.
On alert. Roger.
If anyone can hear this, help! We're held out east of the GDF base. Come quickly. These things are...
I know.
Holy! What happened to those civilians?
Well,
Training.
what happened to them doesn't really matter, sadly.
Ready, sir.
Let's just say in one word, it's kind of bad.
Training.
So, we're going to go data core and
New
specialist.
data incoming from across the battle command uplink. The enemy appears capable of teleporting units and structures. Be alert for attacks from any direction.
The enemy is definitely capable of that.
Ready.
Also, you want to go and have some defenses on most of the locations. This is probably the location you can go and defend the least.
Commander?
But yeah, I'm just gonna go
Researching.
to drones. It's probably the
Structure upgraded.
easiest way to go and wipe all the enemies out.
Our base is under attack.
Also, the enemies that attack you in the back are mainly spawns, so you don't have to worry too much, luckily. For mainly spawns, they only really spawn when, well, objectives are done. So,
Insufficient funds.
Ready, sir. Acknowledged.
let's go kick a field scout out.
I can do.
Put a gunner in there. So yeah, first a bit of defense. And later on we can go and attack them.
Give me something big to shoot.
Tools ready.
Well, I do say that, but in reality, I might actually be better off just attacking. Yeah, these things can go and penetrate the vehicle.
Enemy assaults are gaining strength. Prepare base defenses for heavier attacks.
Yeah, I'm more or less already doing that.
Affirmative. No problem. Mobilizing. Moving in.
So,
Affirmative command. Yes, sir.
let's go and see actually if we can go and sneak this one out.
I have the gun.
Training.
Deploying.
Training.
I want that, for the repair parts mainly.
What's the situation? Blast zone located. Engineering. No problem.
Researching.
We can also buy you,
Insufficient funds.
you.
Researching.
Sir?
Well, that thing is probably definitely dead.
Repositioning. Where do you need me? Tearing him on. Affirmative. Taking defensive position. Give me a word.
Unit ready.
Wow, this is actually kind of
Insufficient
cheesy.
funds. Training.
Trebuchet ready.
So if you at the very least have the networking, just go and do it like that. Well,
Unit is under attack. Insufficient funds. Insufficient funds.
I see him.
so yeah, the guys we just stunned are, well, kind of the enemy grenadiers. These guys. These are kind of like the enemy Havocs. These are kind of like the enemy flame tanks. Oh boy, I told you to retreat, you clown!
Is under attack.
You have to look out. Also, these things have a weird aura, which is called Sacrifice. It stops all infantry units from gaining buffs, or positive buffs. And then next to that, it also, if an infantry unit dies, they become sacrificed. And when they're sacrificed, well, they become one of those things.
Construction complete.
So, do we have a drone yet? No, we don't. We don't have a drone yet. Also, we can just go over here, look for a bit, and be done.
Insufficient funds.
Which I guess is a good job for, well, different unit we have.
Unit ready.
I don't really know if I actually want to go and continue playing with those drone assault carriers, because the next mission and the mission after that are a lot more fun with it, I would say. Even though I've done some of these missions, or actually multiple of these missions, multiple times, as well as with different styles.
Not a problem.
I mean, I've done this mission as well with mainly tank focused, as well as trebuchet focused.
Situation.
Insufficient funds.
And you only realize just how untanky the trebuchet is with those kind of things, so... Yes, ready to fly indeed. Now, can you scout for me to go and see if that thing is still there, or is it gone? Oh, it's still there.
Insufficient funds.
Take it out. So, now we have a bit less attack waves over here. which is kind of nice. Also, you can very quickly take out, well, the other one as well. Before we do that, we also need to go and do some other things. Also, damn, that's a nice amount of intel we can get there.
I've got what you need.
Hello, more people. Guess we should go and stop spending our money on multiple places at the same time.
No worries. Not a problem.
Also, as you can see, enemies will attack from the back a bit.
Too easy.
I think you can also just take this out already with just this. As long as you are calm and you do it very smartly.
Insufficient funds.
Yeah, you will lose some drones, but who cares?
Unit is under attack.
Also, I have this more as a marking machine.
Standing by.
Ready for orders.
Because now, our drone mulers actually have the networking bonus, which gives them, well, 15 damage, as you can see, so that's nice.
Insufficient
Also, let's go and do that. Yeah, I think I can just sneak by here.
Construction complete.
So we probably finished the defensive structure then. Because I don't think I'm building any other structures.
I'm here. You got it.
Good.
Loud and clear.
Insufficient. Our base is
Yeah,
under
that's
attack.
kind of why I did not want to use the Q move. Because that would also affect him. Repair. Ah, damn it. It took out my trebuchet because I wasn't paying attention to him too much. I guess I'm not paying attention to a lot of things right now. It's just a problem. I'm just UA moving.
Our base is under
So,
unit is under attack.
Dynasty calling for help? It must be bad. What happened to those Dynasty troops?
it doesn't matter. They just turn into sacrifice things.
Comms offset.
Yeah. Now we have both of those.
The local militia have seen what's happening to their people and want to help. Use an engineer to deliver weapons to the militia groups.
Yeah, now we have this bonus objective, which you just take an engineer, you send him to 2 locations, and then... Wait. Damn it! Yeah, he's dead. He's going to be slowed by these guys.
We fight for our people.
Also, those other big guys are also specialists.
Charge and shoot it.
So a lot of the cool units that the faction has are just...
Construction
Ooh, they're all specialists.
training. Cancel.
Which is kind of like, I would say right now. Okay, I want some more cannon defenses here, especially since I also lost my trebuchet.
Ready, sir.
So,
Secondary objective.
We stand with GDF against the enemy.
for doing these objectives, you get 6 militias each. You get 3 merc grenadiers. Yes, they're merc. And you get drone mulers, 3 of them. And those are the ones you really want. You want the drone mulers.
On call.
No trebuchets.
Construct.
No drones.
Heavy infantry. Roger that.
Give me an order. What's the assignment? Moving off grid.
Also,
I
they
have the
changed
location.
something, sadly
On the
enough.
move. Moving
The
off grid.
hijacker in the past, not anymore, could
Of course.
basically
I'll be there. I see
kill
it.
enemy, well, very
Understood.
troops.
Of course.
But then they were like,
have the location.
no, she shouldn't.
Out of sight.
Unit ready.
I don't know why
I'll
they
be
changed that. I mean, I can partially understand it, but you can't steal them.
Understood. Out of sight. On the move.
Yeah, these are apparently all specialists.
I see it.
So they're just...
Specialist under attack.
Also, yeah, if you are in the sacrifice aura, you will go and hear that your specialist is under attack, even if they're not really under attack.
Insufficient funds.
It's just some fake lie the game tells you. Oh boy.
In the field. I see it. Hijacker. I have the location.
Excuse me. Repair pods. Yes, Commander. Releasing swarm. Roaming. Remaining orders.
Is it literally because of the markings? No way, right? Why is the rest dealing so much damage to him? But he does have a weapon, but it just deals 5 omni damage or whatever. Ah, great. My artillery can be bombing my own structures. Yeah, the enemy will keep on sending troops regardless of what you really do, sadly enough. So.
Give me an order.
But I think I've already taken care of, well, the more annoying ones, so we're going to go and do a bit of future clearing, I would say.
Shutting them down. What is it? I have the location.
Roger. One platform in the air. All recruits. Open repair pods. Ready to roll.
I'll be there. Out of sight.
Yeah, no, my other side is not really well defended.
Overload. Cut the power.
But it doesn't matter too much. You can always just go back.
On the move. Moving off.
We should have more than enough damage here to go and absolutely devastate all the enemies.
Grenades out. Cut the power.
Yes, as long as we get these shields dudes to go and fire at our drones, we have won. Because they do crazy damage. But they don't fire luckily too fast, so now we've taken care of, well, what I would say, this base. The attacks will still come over. That doesn't matter too much, luckily for us.
This one's mine.
I really don't like how your own trebuchets can fire at your own buildings.
I see it.
I really don't. I mean, it's so annoying that they do that from time to time. Also, this is what I more or less meant with, oh, you destroyed an objective, now the enemy will attack you. They will attack you, well, only when you really do objectives here.
Specialist under attack.
Everybody just fight. Everybody. Yeah, losses are inevitable when battle breaks the chaos like this.
Go ahead. I have the location.
I don't know what we lost. It's just somewhat sad. Screw it. More defenses there. More defenses here as well.
What is it?
I don't know what it is.
In the field.
I would love to go and have more trebuchets, but those are expensive.
Hijacker. I'll be there. On the move.
Didn't know you lost half your HP.
What's the assignment? I see it.
Well.
Out of sight. Lights out. Understood.
So, this was our previous base, and all the troops sort of like, you leave, we'll just pile up here as a big old dumbass, so you don't have to worry too much about them. Oh no, we are losing the Merc Grenadiers. Not the Merc Grenadiers that we had to rescue. Go forward. Also, yes, these golems have a very nice effect to go and pacify your units.
Understood.
So the reason why I'm calling this future clearing is because, well, actually the rest of my army can go back.
I see it.
We only need Udry, I guess. So.
Training.
Yeah. You only really get those signals when you look away from units. So, by doing this, we will do a future bonus objective a bit easier. Yes, we will actually succeed with a bonus objective a bit easier.
Give me an order.
Because of what we just did. This is also why I personally find the Fetty kind of boring. It's just that, to me personally, they don't have too much interesting things right now. They don't have too many interesting combinations, too many interesting units, too many interesting things where I'm like, ooh, I really want to go and play with that, or yeah, those units look very cool, or whatever.
Let's bring them offline. What's the assignment?
Like, these things are cool, but
Priming grenades.
when I have to think that, oh, I have to go and play with those, and they're going to go and get shredded like this, I don't actually look at it and go like, oh yeah, that looks fun.
Shutting them
Same with
down.
like the other guys.
Give me an order. Moving
Oh, we
supplies.
lost the riot van at the very least.
Hijacker. Out of sight.
There's another reason I personally don't really think that I will enjoy the fatty as much as the other factions, because I don't really see combinations or units where I'm like, oh yeah, that looks cool. I mean, the Sacrificer looks cool because of what it can do, where it hovers, so it cannot crush infantry, it doesn't set up mines, it basically, if a unit dies, it does something cool, it heals over time and things. And then in return, it's like, it's just a rocket launcher that doesn't do anything. The shield dudes do look interesting, but at the same time, they're like, whatever. Most of the troops my enemy gets are spawned in, where I'm not a big fan of, unless you can go and kill whatever is spawning in the troops.
Yes, sir.
Grenadier. Moving in. Acknowledge.
Also, yeah, as I'm trying to say, these guys are specialists. They're supposed to be powerful, but they're freaking specialists, which means your army will be rejected to having like one of both of those. Also, maybe you could see the teleporting. That was this thing. This is their defense. It is super annoying. It has a lot of range. It has like 5 range or something. Next to having 5 range, it also teleports mines around itself. Only around itself, luckily. Not everywhere else. So that's the only real positive it has. Yeah,
In
it's
the field.
pretty annoying to deal with.
Disrupt. You bet.
So I think because we took care of their, well, cannon specialist,
I can go there.
our scramblers have more or less free reign here.
Sure, hang out. Mind if I interject?
Oh no!
Mind if I interject? Firing countermeasure. Sure.
A lot of their units are also immune to tempest build up, which, okay, I can understand, but from a gameplay perspective, it's also kind of like, I want to go and bomb people with artillery to go and build it up, or bomb them with condor bombers.
Targeting enemy columns.
Then you're not really going to go and be capable of that.
Enough of that.
These things are the enemy power plants, and normally speaking, their power should be off now.
Command. Targeting enemy column. Kicking over.
But oh well. Also, the Dynasty doesn't do anything. The Dynasty just sits there.
Running insufficient funds. Unit is under attack. Our base is under attack.
That's more or less what happens when an attack wave spawns. It just literally spawns in.
Where do you want me? That's enough of that. Need an assist?
Oh no.
Cruising over.
Yeah, I really feel like they're really missing units and troops and structures and vehicles. Well, especially like vehicles and things.
That's enough of that.
Their infantry
Hijacker.
looks kind of okay in terms of roster, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah.
Great work, Commander. Civilians are being evacuated as we hold the line against the enemy. An enemy we don't understand. Satellite images only go so far. We're sending our surviving jets to clear enemy air defenses and allow us to recon the enemy base with our specialist.
Oh, that's useful. Final specialist, the one we can't build, the sniper.
Sniper in position for recon. These structures are humming with energy. They might provide power. I'm seeing enemy forces emerge from gateways in these buildings. The enemy deployed these CM units just before their forward bases appeared. Incoming hostiles. Let's move!
We're out of here.
Command.
So,
Analyzing enemy structures, units, strategies. Commander, destroy the key production facilities and push the enemy out of Cairo.
So, the reason why I more or less did my... Oh, the Dynasty is here and I kept them alive, because they can go and destroy this one for you. I guess this time they don't feel like it, or... actually they do. And we just took out the other one with the drone carrier, so... What the hell? I have no idea why my screen just did that. So, drone carriers go take care of this pathetic attack.
Training.
So, let us go and see, because as of now, they should have spawned, actually. And what I'm talking about is the enemy now has a few structures and is actually using money to produce some units. There's not a lot. Also, all attacks on this size cease the moment you take care of the defense there, so... Or the defense there, the little base there. So if you want a bit of an easier time, that's how you do it. So just like in the previous mission, normally speaking, I guess there would be an enemy base there, but we just took care of it before it even got here. Also, these are sort of like comms rigs for the enemy, or, well, they're used to deploy and then make money, or get build radius. These apparently give money as well.
Commander, these buildings appear to be processing the Tempest. Destroying them could deprive the enemy of resources and weaken the assault.
Yeah, and actually it does. This is why I was kind of confused.
I'm listening.
On approach vector. You bet.
This is why I was kind of confused when I flew over here and there that they weren't there, but yeah, they only show up after this base has popped up, I discovered, and then only when you meet them somewhere or do something else, which is weird. So I'm kind of like, okay then.
Hijacker reporting.
Roger that, command. Flying over.
Okay, this time you do understand what I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah. After you've taken care of the enemy Tempest processing, they spawn units somewhere around here every time, and they build units from the base here.
All Tempest processors destroyed.
So those were enemy harvesters. Also, I guess the Dynasty forces cleared out most of this already for us, so that's nice. This thing is both an enemy tech structure and apparently a harvester. Here. Increase overall tech, generates a moderate area. Yeah, they're kind of interesting. This should be one of the last attacks from here because we took out their money, or most of their money already. Also, this is why more or less the drone carrier can sometimes be the most OP unit in the entire game. And the golem decided to go and say, ha ha ha, I'm also very powerful. These units are also kind of interesting. They have like either rocket or cannon damage, and they have ammo, and if units are sacrificed around them, they get their ammo back. So it's like, ooh, that's kind of cool. How does it feel to be pacified yourself?
Hijacker.
Yeah, not so fine, is it? Well, it doesn't matter what my enemy does anymore, they're all gonna go and die.
Constructing.
Oh, well... Let's just build a bit more. Make sure the enemy can't do anything. Oh yeah, these towers. We also get these haywire towers. They silence things. Make missiles less effective by firing slower. And they do missile damage, which is good against everything. So they're pretty darn good defenses. Unlike in Command & Conquer, where they're mainly anti-air, you actually just want them against everything.
I have the location.
Because if you start to look at a lot of units, 35 missile defense, 25 also 35/25. Well, infantry then has a bit more, or at least these guys do. But a lot of units have lesser missile defense than others.
Construction complete.
So missiles hit a lot of things very effective. Which is also what makes, well, both the Scrambler and the drone carrier so scary. While cannon is mainly good against vehicle and kind of against structures, but not really. Explosive is very good against infantry and very good against structures. And now we're going to go and mark you, so my artillery can actually hit you. Also, that guy just got hit by artillery, which is... This is kind of a pain, because my army wants to go forward every so much time while my opponent still has those annoying defenses there. Oh boy, that's quite an army you got there, buddy. I guess the word had would be better than...
I will handle this pathetic attack.
Yeah, that's what I said to you as well, buddy. Holy shit, that's quite a lot of ages. And now they're dead. I don't think we have too much to worry about in the base anymore, other than their, well, little defenses things.
Lights out. Cover your eyes. Cover your eyes.
Oh yeah, they also have money here. Well, there goes the Sentinel because I didn't pay attention to them. But they do still have some of those artillery units with the defensive structures that do the artillery things.
Moving off grid.
I am somewhat sad that artillery is in this game from time to time pretty useless, or at least a trebuchet, because they feel like they need even more range than they have, or at least without marking, but that would make them, well, too powerful against the porcupine, which would mean the porcupine would need more range, which will then create this horrible situation where at some point artillery will fire from so far away that you get to go and get the feeling that they're shooting from you at from the moon. Which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, we wouldn't want to go and have that. Also, look at this.
Give me an order.
And bye-bye, lots of enemies in my FPS apparently.
Give me an order. On the move. Cut the power. Discharging. This one's mine.
Take it.
Of course.
So, we don't need to do too much here other than destroy our opponents.
Reloading. Shutting them down.
Why are you in the front? Oh, actually you should be in the front though.
Green to engage.
Yeah, if you shoot the power plant too close... Oh, no. Whoops.
Unacceptable losses.
Ah, I wanted to destroy everything! I wanted to take my time to kill all of them. Now I just won the mission. Which you can also do a lot easier with probably drone carriers. But yeah, that's all this mission really has to offer. So we lost 2 drone operators, we lost a bunch of sentinels, and our drone operators did a lot of damage, but they always steal the damage from the drone assault carrier. We lost the riot van, which I noticed didn't do too much in terms of damage. Counter tanks did pretty nice considering the fact that they're pretty close in terms of damage to the drone operator. Field scouts also did pretty nice, but holy shit did we lose a lot. Didn't pay attention to when we lost them, sadly enough. So Grenadiers didn't do a lot. Assault gunners, well, mainly because they were put in bunkers. We lost an engineer, probably the one with the riot van. Trebuchets did kind of nice. I mean, they were too far in the back and they were firing too slow. So they're not that good then. Well, the comms officers, kind of nice. Drone mulers did kind of nice. The drone assault carriers, well, that's only because of the marking, and the drone operator steals the rest. Merc Grenadiers didn't do a lot more than the Grenadiers. The militia, apparently we still have one alive because you get 12. Well, of course the riot medic doesn't do anything. Scramblers did kind of nice. Yeah, that's most of our units. Also, you cannot see what all the Veti has done, which is somewhat sad. But we can look at how good our buildings did, and the laser turret did good. And the Tempest artillery did good. But yeah, sadly enough, you cannot see how well the Veti did other than with summary. But their stats are invisible. You can see that they gained credits. And I don't even know if you can actually see them on the graph, actually, units. Yeah, the Veti is just not there, I guess. Yeah, the Veti just doesn't have graphs. You can see that they had a lot of credits. So at the start they had money, they just didn't spend it. They gained a lot more money. Then at some point they spend a bit, and then they spend it a lot, and then they were out of money. So in the mission you can see sort of like, yeah, the Veti did use their credits. Also somehow they gained money again. Cheaters. Well, anyway, I want to go and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, where we will have to go and defend the city from enemies.